The Pope just blinked. He frankly folded like a cheap lawn chair. He came out of the gate swinging. He called Trump a tyrant in everything but name. For a full week, the media was absolutely drunk on the idea that the first American Pope was going to be the moral hammer that finally brought down Donald J. Trump. But then something happened. Back on April 12th, just days after meeting with former Obama strategist David Axelrod, the Pope declared that the world was being devastated by a handful of tyrants, a line the entire international press corps immediately read as a shot directly at President Trump and his Iran policy. The Pope doubled down in Algiers, he tripled down in Cameroon, he told reporters he had no fear of the Trump administration. The Rolling Stones and the CNNs of the world were giddy. USA Today ran breathless pieces about how Trump's feud with the Pope was dividing Catholics. Al Jazeera, of all places, cheered the Pope on as showing the world how to stand up to Trump. I mean, the legacy media was utterly shameless in all of this. The globalist left had found their new champion, and once again, like Francis before him, it was a liberal leftist Pope. Even Bill Maher was a bit taken back by how both the Democrats and the media had suddenly found this new unlikely hero in the papacy. And then Trump did what he always does. He didn't flinch. He didn't apologize. He got on True Social and he called Leo weak on crime, terrible for foreign policy, and said flat out, I don't want a pope who critiques the president of the United States. Trump even reposted, if you can believe, we talked about this last week, he even reposted the Pope's now deleted X account that was full of these ridiculous far-left retweets and approvals. Again, you weren't supposed to see those posts. The Vatican had the account deleted, but it was very clear that Prevost has a left-wing activist bent to his politics, and Trump exposed it for all to see. And then, after several days of this, something remarkable happened.
There's been a certain narrative that has not been accurate in all of its aspects, but because of the political situation created when on the first day of the trip, the President of the United States made some comments about myself. Much of what has been written since then has been more commentary on commentary, trying to interpret what has been said. Just one little example, the talk that I gave at the prayer meeting for peace a couple days ago was prepared 2 weeks ago, well before the president ever commented on myself and on the message of peace that I am promoting. And yet, as it happens, it was looked at as if I was trying to debate again the president, which is not my interest at all.
So that was the Pope this weekend aboard the papal plane from Cameroon to Angola, completely, totally, unmistakably standing down. What you just heard there was not the language of a fearless shepherd rebuking Caesar. That's the language of a man who just got his nose bloodied and is looking for the nearest exit.